It's Operation Babel with Myke Shrews. It's pop culture, music, movies, TV too. It's time to explore life. It's Operation Babel time.
Hey, what's up, Boo?
What
I've missed
up?
you.
You
Can't
missed
believe
me.
you. I can't believe you'd come back after that fucking train wreck of a what? I mean, our longest.
Our longest cast? Yeah, well, yeah, by far. At least by an hour. I hope everyone loved the 3.5 hour podcast.
Look, man, the movie was 3 hours. What'd you expect? We had to do it a service, and and to be fair, we had a guest, so we had to force in an extra opinion.
Oh, yeah.
So I mean, just one more victim for my my just absurdity.
Yeah. So
I'm glad we're still talking. That's good. I didn't think you'd ever want to subject yourself to this nonsense again, but I appreciate you.
what was that? That was episode 12?
12, yes, sir. Yes.
I'm the one who freaking uploaded and I don't even remember.
Yeah, I was gonna say you had to edit it. You poor boy.
Oh, yeah. I could have made that cast at least 4.5 hours, probably.
Probably,
maybe.
but I'm sure there was at least 20 minutes of me bitching and complaining that I probably got cut just to keep me from sounding like a fucking lunatic. But it is. I'm not gonna lie. It's been kind of nice going back on the internet and realizing that at least I'm not the only fucking person in the world that feels this way.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, but granted, it is the goddamn internet, so it's like, if I seek it out, I could find my own opinion. It's not that difficult.
Oh, you might want to be able to see me. There we go.
I mean, do I though? Do I really want to? Do I though? See, that's
All right.
the comment I'm waiting for some days, that like, if somebody ever finally goes, so you guys ever gonna do a video podcast? The answer is I prefer not to. If I do, I'd like to wear a paper bag over my head.
That it's hard for me to get behind. Like, I get it. So many people do video podcasts. That's not a podcast. A podcast is an audio format.
Why the quotations?
Because it's not a podcast. I
feel you.
It's a video. It's like
It's a fucking vlog.
It's a vlog. it's a daytime talk show. It's it's not a podcast.
Yeah, listen to the guy who always references what do you always say? GMA, good fucking morning America. Wait, that's GFMA. Good Morning America. God, I can't even believe you guys watch that for real.
It's the only channel that we just toss on, and I think it's usually because ABC's on the TV, and when we turn it on, that's it.
I was gonna say, I'm assuming you guys have like a TV in like the kitchen or something, or like
living room.
Area?
It's just
Okay.
very open
Gotcha.
floor
Oh
plan.
yeah,
because
God,
I took
haven't
out that wall. Remember?
Yeah. I forgot about that. Well, I never saw it after you took it out though.
Yeah, you didn't.
Are you sure?
Mm-hmm.
I only moved you in. I don't think I ever went back in.
Yeah,
after
that
the
was all
renovations.
done before we moved in. There's
Okay,
like a
'cause-
half wall, and then there was like a wall that I like just busted through, and
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Now I
Yeah.
remember. Because like one of the glaring things I remember was that fucking weird ass skylight you had.
oh yeah,
like-
yeah.
It wasn't a skylight, but it was literally like a hole, like a circle, like a little tube.
Yeah,
hole.
they're
that I could
like
see right.
sunlights. I don't remember what the hell they call those things. It's basically just to get extra sunlight in the area where there's
That's
not
so
like
weird.
any light. And then it
So
goes
strange.
through, it goes through the whole upstairs, so
Yeah.
it comes straight down out there.
This fucking-
So it's like if you get a leak in there, you gotta like tear apart a lot
yeah,
of
I
shit.
was gonna say.
It sucks. Oh man.
So what's happening, man? We happy, Endgame is still endgaming it.
and
we're on
it's
course for more
official
records.
on Monday. Disney officially
Monday-
lifted Monday the
Spoilers.
5th. Monday, May 5th.
The 5 Monday, May 5. Oh yeah, Revenge of the 5th.
Yeah.
God, because that joke doesn't.
That
get
was the
fucking
day
old every
that
year.
Disney finally lifted their ban on spoilers, which then they dropped the not Homecoming, Spider-Man Far From Home trailer.
There we go.
With the spoiler warning at the beginning, which is like the first I've ever seen a spoiler warning for a trailer.
Dude, I'm telling you, like, we're going to see all this. And it's like, this is totally like, this is, please don't take me seriously, but at the same time, this is kind of a weird observation that I've noticed is, I do like the fact that Marvel has been getting away with literal false advertising.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
it's actually like, it's like deliberate false advertising. So it's actually kind of fun.
Dude, like, so
But at the same time, it's strange. It's really weird.
For Spider-Man, so they tell you the spoiler warning basically for
Yeah.
Endgame. But what they don't tell you is it's a spoiler warning too for the whole fucking movie.
Yeah, so I actually had to. It's funny. Peek behind the curtain. Michael is having some technical issues, which we haven't sanked, by the way.
I'll still get it.
Yeah, always technically we do it because we actually play the theme song for
Yeah.
us, and then we start talking. But anyway, so it was funny because I had to like shut us both up because of course, as I naturally am, was always in the realm of speaking. Apparently, I never shut my mouth, and we started talking about the trailer because Michael's watched it. I have started it because I was like, oh yeah, I mean, I want to see it now, and you were talking about it, so I was like, wow, well, I should have reference, so if we talk on it, whatever. Oh shit, dude!
No.
Like I knew they
There's-
were gonna I knew they were gonna spoil Endgame, but holy fuck! I got about 10 seconds or like 20 seconds into it, and I go, holy shit! They're like showing the whole movie.
Right. The whole
and now-
plot line of the movie. Like,
Yeah, and now that you have like context and stuff, like context like from Endgame
Right.
and shit like that, like time wise, it's like holy fuck! Like they were
So-
spoiling the shit out of that movie.
Because I don't
Holy
want to
fuck.
spoil more of the movie that got spoiled for me. Like, all these people keep going back and analyzing this trailer like everyone on the internet does.
I still cannot believe that that's a thing. Like,
Yeah.
that's so crazy. Like,
But especially, I think that's one of the reasons why Marvel started putting fake shit in their trailers because of all the overanalyzation. But
well,
with
but
this
that's also
one,
their own fault. Why you got to release a fucking trailer, you know, almost 9 months before the movie's out?
Right.
Like, that's crazy.
but
There's no reason to do that.
with this one, it's like I'm not gonna rewatch this trailer.
Yeah. No,
Period.
no, no.
Like the kids didn't watch it, Nick didn't watch it.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if they're gonna want to watch it or not. So she understands why I'm bitching later. But so and I don't want to spoil more shit that I saw that you didn't see. And
Yeah.
so just tell me like what you saw already in the trailer and spoilers possibly for
pretty much. I got.
Endgame and Far From Home, just in case
Yeah.
you haven't seen the Far From Home trailer.
Yeah. And honestly, if you got to podcast fucking 13 and haven't seen Endgame, you need to reevaluate some things. Yeah, I probably literally turned it off at probably the 25-30 second mark.
Okay.
It was pretty much when Nick Fury showed back up. When he's sitting in the chair right after he tranks Jacob.
Okay.
I say Jacob, his friend Ned.
So did they have like a conversation between those two yet at that point or no?
They started to about how like, you know, you're the last. You're,
Okay,
like,
so you saw
we
like
need
the
you.
whole last Avenger thing or whatever.
Bullshit. The fucking just straight up lie for
Yeah.
the sake of
Where
the-
he's
the
like, "Well,
script.
what about Thor?" And he fucking says Thor's in space and stuff. Like he keeps
Yeah, it's like-
Spider-Man or Peter Parker keeps saying their names,
Like
the
where
different
everybody
Avengers
is.
names. Where's the other people? Except they leave out the ones that are still on Earth.
Yeah.
Like
Because I mean,
what
like
about-
New Asgard is on Earth.
Yeah.
Like you have a bunch of Asgardians that you could probably
Yeah.
go talk to if
And-
you really needed help.
Yeah, you have Valkyrie there right now.
Korg. You got Korg and dumb guy with
Yeah.
blades. He's
Yep.
probably yeah.
And
They're
you're telling
dummies,
me they
but
didn't
they
keep
do
any
fight.
connections with any of the beings from other planets?
Well, no, because the way Marvel works is that stuff only works when the plot
right.
needs it. You know, when that scene needs not even the plot, just the scene.
And
When-
what about Black Panther? He's literally opened Wakanda up to the whole world now.
Granted, we could
go there.
granted these are the same arguments that we could have made 5 movies ago where
Yeah.
you know something's happening and you're like, why don't you call the fucking Avengers? And it's like, well, I mean,
You mean like in Age of Ultron when, you know, the world is literally going to be destroyed and Black Panther doesn't
Captain
decide to show up?
wow, Black Panther, you mean Captain Marvel?
And Captain Marvel? But
Yeah.
Black Panther's closer. He's literally
I'll-
like right there.
I'll make the argument that the whole point of their movie is that they're like xenophobic assholes, which I still don't understand why Wakanda is endearing in any way. But
yeah.
And of course after watching Endgame, I had to go back and rewatch Civil War.
Yeah.
God damn, that movie's great, dude. That movie's so good.
I went back and rewatched Iron Man.
Yeah.
And there's multiple points in there just before he builds the Mark 1, I guess, or is it Mark 2?
Yeah.
Mark 1 is the first red suit.
Yeah.
Before he even builds that, like right when he gets off the plane after he, got away from the 10 rings. Like,
oh yeah.
I was already like tearing up. Nick just like fucking looked at me like, really? I'm like, he said cheeseburger. Come on.
He's going to Burger King. I love Burger King. Yeah,
and then he does the whole his dad talk stuff too at the beginning of that one when he sits down with the media. It's like, dude, they did that perfect. Like,
yeah.
But we already talked about all that stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
3 hours of it. Go listen to the last episode if you want to hear more.
Yeah, no shit, man. Yeah, no shit. Civil War, fucking great movie. I love that fucking movie, dude. I would love to let you or have you let me explain why I love that movie so much in a like a little supplemental podcast sometime, yeah. We'll call it like retroactive breakdowns or something. And where we like, kind of like how we top 5'd it and like described like why.
Right.
I like these long breakdowns. They're fun. But anyway, what have you been up to, man? Other than checking out trailers and shit. Because I really don't want to talk about that trailer.
Yeah.
Because
I don't want to spoil shit for you either because they dive really hard into like a plot line. And then like I was just curious. So I watched the video that popped up right after that. And this dude like blew my mind with something. I was like, well, fuck, they're going to like, it's going to be an opening for bad writing the entire time because
it's rough.
You think time travel is a hard thing to write, which they proved in Endgame. But when you enter into all these other realms of things that they're going to dive in with just Spider-Man, you're kind of like, well, shit, now that's like their loophole for everything. That's going to be their loophole to do
multiverse.
Everything, yeah.
They're like
I can see them bring X-Men in just with the multiverse thing.
I have no problem thinking that they're going to try and reference Spider-Verse.
But then you get the thing which pissed me off about, it's the same thing they did with Flash. In the TV show where Flash, there were villains in the comics that were in Earth 1. But they don't show up unless they're from like a different Earth, like Earth 2 and stuff, like King Shark,
or all the Wells, all the
Wells characters. Like, well, I like the way they do that. The character arc they let that actor actually really act because that shit does
get a little tired. Though,
it does, but. Yeah,
I really hope after this season, Flash. God, we're so good at tangents. I really hope Flash gets like a fucking makeover next season.
Yeah,
like I really hope Crisis on Infinite Earth
changes everything.
Legit puts a reset button on Flash because I'm really tired of the Team Flash dynamic. That shit should have ended like 2 seasons ago. And it's crazy. I'm
curious with how they did the last crossover. So in the last crossover, when they were in each other's like personas, like he was Flash and Arrow was Flash. You know what I mean.
Yeah.
Brain's working too fast. So like when they went to Gotham, does Batwoman still remember that, or was that completely different? Because that was technically a different reality.
I'd imagine they all remember because they all. Well, because they all experienced it. Nothing got erased. Okay. They all experienced it and went back. You know
I didn't know if they like erased certain people's like memories of people or anything. It was like they kept it all as one thing.
Everybody knows what
I'll have to go back and watch like a couple episodes after.
Or at least I have absolutely zero interpretations of the fact that anybody forgot anything.
Right. Like I know Felicity makes a remark saying, that she was like with Barry, who was really, so.
Which, to be fair, should have happened in the show anyway.
Right.
I really like those two together. I always did.
Something I wanted to talk about though, real quick, just to get your point on it, and see if you even saw it, because I saw it for the first time. Apparently, it dropped in February, I want to say, but I didn't see it until I went and saw Endgame. It was the Pennyworth TV show, the DC. You got any thoughts on that, dude? Like I
thought it was a joke the first time I heard it. Well, because everybody really likes, I mean, the last like 2 or 3 iterations of Batman stories, like even just like the universes and the TV shows,
Right.
and I think even some of the cartoons may have done it. I haven't really paid attention to the cartoons because I really don't like the way that the DC animated stuff went off. They changed a lot of voice actors and a lot of story writers. Like, I'm talking like Son of Batman,
right.
the Wonder Woman and shit. Like,
I didn't like Son of Batman.
all that stuff sucks. Well, that whole crew of stuff is really it's just really not good. Yeah, they've all done the kind of what they did with Aunt May. They kind of all made Alfred kind of more of a like military soul badass kind of guy who's a little bit more in the fight.
Which they
to keep
dived
him
into
relevant.
that a lot. If you watch Gotham, of course.
Yeah, the TV show.
They
Yeah,
did
I
that.
love that.
I still
fucking
have
show,
to
man.
watch the last 2 episodes, which is annoying me because I don't watch it with the kids around just because I never know how dark it's gonna get.
Oh yeah, that shit's got some disturbing.
Even though I've let them watch Stranger Things, but it's a completely different.
Pick your
style.
balance. I don't know. I thought it was a joke when it came up. I was like, I get it. DC, what the fuck are you doing?
But I thought the same thing though, dude. When they did,
it might be fine.
When they announced Gotham, I thought the same thing though. I was like, why the fuck do we need this?
But that's a movie though, right?
No, DC. It's a TV show on Stars or HBO or one of those channels.
So that's weird. Why would that? Okay, well, why would that be a trailer? I mean, I guess they're doing that in theaters now.
Yeah, they do it because I mean you have big shows and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Could be fine. I mean, really, it's another one of those moments where it's like, it doesn't matter as long as it doesn't matter as long as the writing's good. Who cares?
Yeah.
Like, really, the whole point is the name is for marketing. That's all it is. At the end of the day, it's Pennyworth. I think that's the working title, or it might be.
Yeah,
the
it's
actual
just
title.
Pennyworth. Yeah, that's what it is. It premieres July 28th, 9/8 Central on
This year?
Epix. Yes, this year.
Okay, so I mean, I don't know. I don't care. I'm not gonna watch it. Unless I hear really, really awesome things.
Yeah.
Because it's fucking Alfred. Unless he's like hanging out with Batman, I really don't give a shit. He could just be James. I mean, it's essentially just James Bond. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he's just.
And it takes place in the 60s too, so it's kind of like this time thing. Like, what are you gonna have that's gonna draw me? But that's also why it's on Epix, whatever the fuck that is.
If I was gonna if I was gonna watch a period piece about a British espionage type person, I wish they'd just fucking bring back Agent Carter, because that shit was. That shit should not have been canceled. That show was great.
Which they service the fans by putting fucking Jarvis in Endgame because of that fact, dude.
Fuck yes, they did. And
because they've never referenced the freaking Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. or Inhumans or any freaking Netflix show, and then they reference Agent Carter by putting just him in there. Because they've had Peggy in there, but of course it's a spin-off. It's a like from the movie, just like Coulson was. But then when you put Jarvis in there, it's like, boom. You got everybody's freaking nerdgasm going right there.
Yup. No, I love that. And dude, Haley Atwell is fucking bae. She is so hot, dude. And she can act her fucking ass off. She's great.
She still doesn't look much different from when they put her in Captain America, the first Avenger.
That woman is fucking timeless. She's so beautiful. Oh my God. I'll watch anything with her. Like, I mean, seriously, I don't care. I don't care if the movie sucks. I'll just stare at her.
Yeah.
It's like I need. I'm excited for that. I don't know. I'm excited to see if she goes off and does any other things. A couple of her other TV shows sucked ass. I really wish Agent Carter hadn't failed. I actually enjoyed that show a lot.
It only got 2 seasons.
Barely. 2 seasons too.
We watched the first one while it was airing. And the second one, we couldn't keep up with it because of the time and stuff. I think they switched the times, which was really fucked them over.
Which, I mean, that
always fucks over every show. Like they did it with Firefly. They did it with
Well, they aired their shit out of order too,
Yeah.
which was worse.
Yeah.
But like I don't know how they keep getting away with it with the Arrowverse. Like they change that shit almost fucking bi-yearly. They change the days.
Yeah.
that
Well,
those
they keep
come out.
adding more shows too, and it's
Oh,
like,
shit.
and then next year, or this year, next year ish, I fucking don't know when they're all ending, but they're like losing like a shitload of shows. So it's like, okay, now that all these time slots are open, what are you guys gonna do? You know,
Reruns.
I hope Supergirl ends though.
Yeah, me
Won't
too.
get John started on that. So real quick, I just wanted to spot out a little tidbit of information just in case you didn't know and our audience didn't know. But I found this out because a few weeks ago I was like doing some IMDb searches on some shit.
Yeah.
I think it was Gremlins. Yeah, it was Gremlins because that's where I found I got the note from. And I wrote this down because I saw it. I was like, oh, that's fucking awesome. And I never knew it. And I don't remember why I was looking up Gremlins. I think I was looking for like one of the actors or something in the movie. And I came across the bit of information that Gremlins and Indiana Jones are the whole reason that we started getting a PG-13 rating from the MPAA.
I believe it.
And it's because, you know, of course, they deem them too violent to be R, but not violent, or too violent to be PG, but not violent enough to be R. So that's how we got the PG-13 rating. And now you know.
Well, there we go.
There you go.
Do you know why blockbusters come out in the summer?
Because I used to know this fucker. Fuck no. Go ahead.
We can thank Steven Spielberg and the movie Jaws
Yes.
for that. Because that was a movie that was kind of like after Waterworld tanked. The budget got out of
Such a
control.
good movie though. I love Waterworld.
You really like Waterworld?
I love it.
I might have to double check it. It's been a while. I mean, when I watched it when I was a kid, it bored the shit out of me. But I love Kevin Costner. So I mean,
Yeah.
As Postman's great. And
I'm a huge fan of like post-apocalyptic worlds movies and stuff, like Mad Max, and Postman was another one.
I'll tell you my favorite one after
Tank
I
Girl.
finish my-
Tank Girl is another
Oh, yeah,
technically
yeah,
post-apocalyptic. Yeah.
Endgame.
Endgame.
Yeah, no, you're dumb. Yeah, God, I wish they would have delved into that a little bit. Their budget started to get really crazy, and like the shark wasn't working. So, that's actually like I think Steven Spielberg even says like that the fact that the shark didn't work is what made that movie, and the way like he directs more. Like, he was more like Alfred Hitchcock rather than more like Roger Corman.
Right.
Because he was like, well, if the shark fucking worked, I would have showed it all the time. But the shark didn't work, so he had to do like all the suspenseful like cut arounds and like creative stuff. Again, going back to my point where I'm saying lack of resources and things forces somebody to be creative, which is why Disney sucks. And HBO is starting to have that problem. But apparently it got so crazy. They kept promoting the movie and kind of sinking money into it, but apparently they were going to release the movie in the summer, which is where the movies kind of went to die back then. And then it came out and fucking destroyed and did so good that now it's kind of like the staple. That's when blockbuster movies come out. And I'm like, oh, it's strange because you would think that would already be the way to do it because, you know, everybody's on summer break from school.
All the kids and everything, yeah.
But, you know, back then, it's like people would probably rather spend their time outside doing stuff.
Well, too, also
being smart.
Also, they had a lot more drive-in theaters back then.
Oh,
so
yeah,
for northern areas, it was a lot easier to go to the drive-in in the summertime than wintertime.
Because it was probably more comfortable.
Right.
On that, too. But, yeah, I thought that was neat. I always thought that was cool. A couple little stupid little movie trivia moments. God. So, God, I made the HBO reference.
Yes.
Because I know you don't care about this. But fuck, dude, Game of Thrones. Oh no.
Can I say, like, when you texted me that, when you told me like they fucking left the coffee cup in there, my first instinct is to be like, is that like a euphemism for something? Or what the fuck is talking? And then I saw the picture as soon as I logged into Facebook. It popped up like it was the first thing in my feed because like 500 damn memes are on there now about it.
Yep.
And I was just like, I looked at the scene and then I looked at a quick video clip. I was like, they literally could have taken that out in like 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Easy.
Yeah.
Like, why did the editor even let that pass? Not even to mention why the fuck they even let it pass on set. If
how?
How? Even if it was the actress's cup herself and she noticed it, she would have said something. She's like, "Oh shit, this was here."
Cut.
Let's reshoot.
Because it wasn't even like a big scene.
Yeah.
It was literally just like a fucking. They were just hanging out and talking.
And I've been on set before where shit like that's happened. We literally cut, go back and do it. Or, you know, if it's something too drastic, write it down in your fucking notes. We'll take it out in post, you know.
You got the money.
You don't know how many times you hear, we'll do it in post. Fucking do
God,
that in post,
man.
dude.
No shit, man. It's almost the term.
I guarantee you half the shit in that scene is CG anyway, so what?
Yeah.
What the
It's just lazy filmmaking, and I just sit there and I'm just going like, and the worst part is it's not like it's like an accident. You know, like in Lord of the Rings, there's a scene where there's this big grandiose wide shot of the New Zealand, obviously it's like, you know, Middle Earth or whatever,
right?
This nice beautiful long sea, and you see smoke in the background, and there's a fucking car, like you can see the car.
Yeah,
you know, shit like that happens. It's this big grandiose world though, like, you know, you could go back and CGI that now, but back in the day, you know, the resources were kind of whatever, and you can't really do what you can do. But fuck, man, this is literally there's a coffee cup on a table in front of your primo talent.
right.
If that does not encompass what I'm talking about with lazy fucking filmmaking right now in this day and age, I don't know what else really could support all of my lunacy in these last like couple podcasts.
Right.
It's so crazy. It's absolutely absurd what is happening right now in the world of filmmaking.
What if though they shot the scene?
It's product placement.
And then not even that good. They did it. They literally just CG'd the cup in there to fuck with everybody.
Yeah, right.
Like, cause see, I could give them props on doing that then if they like did it on purpose, just to fuck with everyone, or just to like get Game of Thrones being talked about, and then everyone would be like, "Oh, I gotta see the last fucking episode to see what prop they fucking leave in the scene now."
There really is a Starbucks everywhere. No, it's like, it's funny because any other day, you know, any other podcast or any other day, you know, because Game of Thrones, I truly love it. I listen to the audiobooks, and I mean, they're fucking long audiobooks, man. And I love the show. I love the shit out of the show, at least up until the 4th season. And I actually stopped watching it pretty much after the last season ended. I'm like, I kind of don't care anymore.
Yeah.
This is really bad.
What are they on, season 6, 5, 6, 7?
It was 6. 5 was starting to kill me.
Okay.
6 was when I actually started to actually watch it week to week to week. And yeah, I think I got halfway through and I'm like, oh god, okay, yeah, I'm done. I don't care.
I heard from diehard fans that it really started going down, like the storytelling, when they got past the books.
Oh, yeah, well, I mean,
like as soon as they got past those, it was, of course, it's going to go down because you don't have a good writer writing them their material.
Exactly. And like I said, I think writing has absolutely become it's an afterthought. I think 90% of the time everybody makes the plot and makes the shots, and then they go back and write the story to fit those. Because I literally will tell everyone lately with every movie, I think Endgame really showed it. I think Last Jedi was the antithesis of this whole thing. Like, that's what kind of really sparked everybody really starting to put movies under a microscope again.
You're right.
Game of Thrones is now doing it. Is that actors are no longer characters or actors anymore. They are fucking props. They are big bags of meat that have to emote or use certain phrasing or just be there for the scene. They're not there for the plot. They're there for the scene. It's like, okay, well, we need to have this moment where these two fight. Okay, well, they're not on the same planet. That's fine. Just put them there.
Right.
Do we have to see it?
You mean like in the scene in Endgame when they just needed all the women in one shot, but they were clearly everywhere else, like a scene beforehand?
Yeah, because Wasp was in the truck with Ant-Man. And I remember you bringing that up in the podcast about like how they kind of did it in Infinity War, but Infinity War did it better. Like, and they actually had a nice little line about it.
Well, no, see, yeah, the
and they didn't
moment
even have
in
like
Infinity
a
War where you're talking about like the female group.
You're
thing.
not alone.
Yeah. In Infinity War, it worked because it wasn't 500 fucking women in one shot, and it wasn't forced. Yeah, and it made sense where they're all together right there.
Yep.
And like she's down the ditch, and then the one girl had even said, had even noticed Scarlet Witch in the scene right before
she's on the field. Yeah.
So yeah,
dude, and it's sad and funny because Endgame shows this is what I always tell people about like why I make the comments that I do is that you see it so perfectly done that I can tell you did it bad because I literally have the thing that happened right before.
Nick said
Infinity War is so good now. Like Infinity War seems like this big, beautiful, masterful movie. Because I even remember when I was like, you can't appreciate it as a normal movie. I'm like, God damn, now you can just go back and go, this is just great storytelling in itself.
I love though how
it's so good.
How like a lot of people have attacked that said scene in Endgame with the women and stuff. And I was listening to
the quote unquote A-Force. That was not an A-Force reference because there is no She-Hulk. Stop.
Right.
Like, stop.
So they're going to bring her in with the alternate realities.
There wasn't even any Hulk. They killed him anyway. Yeah.
But the internet's been blowing up. It's like either you're good on it or you just don't care, or like you hated it because it feels forced. No matter what, even as like I've heard other filmmakers talking about this scene and they're like, oh, they're just bitching about it. And it's like, no, that's a forced scene. It's truly forced down your throat. And the same thing can be, well, first let me finish on that. So I heard one person say that it's just a bunch of angry white guys that are bitching about it. I'm like, wait, what? No, that's not true because I know a lot of people from lots of different races that are bitching about it. So don't put I hate that they always girlfriend like, put one thing into like, oh, you don't like this. You must be an angry white straight guy.
No, that's the internet now. It's like, and it's like I don't, and I still don't understand those arguments, man. Like I don't understand this weird thing of like, well, you don't like what I like, therefore you're obviously a racist or a sexist.
I literally high-fived my wife earlier today because we were talking about, like, I sent you that so I downloaded these Captain Marvel stickers just to fuck with John.
Yeah, it's total, dude, it's every fucking day too. It's every day. Even if we're not even talking about shit, he'll just be like, here you go. And what the hell's a her?
Yeah, so there's this one that says her, and then it flashes a hero. And I guess that was like the tagline from the movie. It was from the trailer. And the trailer, okay. Yeah. Well, I said something to Nikki because it was in my head for some reason while we were taking the kids to school this morning. And we were driving, and I was like, you know what? The fucking tagline from Captain Marvel pisses me off. And she's like, why? What was it? And I said it. I was like, her, a hero. And I was like, because her is in hero. And she's like, she just looked at me, and then she's like, and then I said something about how Captain Marvel isn't even that good of a woman superhero movie, and I'm tired of them trying to force that specific character like Marvel's trying to do it. And she's like, yeah, well, it wasn't even that good. Wonder Woman was a fuck ton better.
Yeah.
I wanted to just high five her right there.
Which is so bad because Wonder Woman's fine, but it's still not something that should be put on this like pedestal.
Yeah.
Like you shouldn't be getting accolades because of the lack of ambition You know what I mean? It's
it
like
goes back to the whole Black Panther thing too, is where they said Black Panther was the first black superhero.
God.
One, there was a Supergirl movie in the 80s.
Yeah.
Two, you had Catwoman for Halle Berry, if you want to consider that.
Yeah.
I watched that
You're
recently.
not helping
the
your case.
storyline
You're not
was
helping
kinda
your
cool.
case. You're not helping your case right now.
Yeah, but no, like, I just don't like that Disney's going to force her down our throat as, like, this end-all, be-all for womanhood
That's not
and
gonna
stuff.
work. It's
Like, Gamora was better.
these
Black
fucking,
Widow. They have
these
so
fucking-
many good ones. Sorry, dude.
These fucking idiots in Hollywood right now. What they're doing is a flash in the pan, dude.
They're
like,
They're
it's
gonna have
gonna
to
work.
backtrack on her though, because I hear
Oh, they
shit that
have
Brie
to wreck on her.
Larson says all the time in interviews and stuff. I'm like, she's gonna fuck something up. She's gonna say
Oh, yeah.
something.
She already has.
They
And
already fucked the character up with the costume
She's so
and everything.
OP. She's so OP. It's insane. And her costume does look like shit. I hate it. She just looks really frumpy in it, and it doesn't look. But of course, like, what do you need, like an armor ready type outfit when you're fucking God? Apparently, like, who cares? Like I said, dude. After Spider-Man, I'm pretty much done with these movies. I kind of don't. I don't see them getting better. I really don't. I think the only reason why Spider-Man's going to work is because Spider-Man's a solid character and Tom Holland is a phenomenal actor. Other than that, though,
I think this is the last one that Marvel has with Sony.
No, they're going
on
to make
that.
a third.
Are they making one more?
I believe Tom Holland kind of fucked that up in a couple of interviews.
Okay.
Yeah, I think he let it slip that there was going to be third. But I mean, come on, dude. Like, you really don't think they're going to go for the trilogy on Spidey? Like, come on.
Yeah.
Spidey's going to be their big cash cow after this. I mean, Black Panther 2 will probably do fine. But, you know, when you don't have the bullshit marketing of it being the first epic thing, like,
Right.
you know, unless you're going to cook your books again or, you know.
Honestly, like I was telling you the other day, because M'Baku kind of got sidelined in fucking Endgame.
Because you would assume he was the king.
Yeah, I would assume he would be king because he was of the same, you know, fucking Gorilla King. Anyway.
Well, and if he's standing right next to Black Panther, it's like, obviously T'Challa trusted this dude.
Right.
Like, why would he not?
And he didn't
Be cool with
disappear at the end of Infinity War.
Exactly.
So it's like someone needs to step up for that 5-year gap. And I feel that the next Black Panther movie should have to deal with that. Like dealing with T'Challa coming back and M'Baku, who's been like king in this time of need and desperation through Wakanda. And dealing with that, because I mean, there's only so many storylines. Like they fucking killed one of their best villains in the first movie, which was the Claw.
Oh, yeah.
So
The Claw, you do what? Inspector
the Claw.
Oh, Claw. Jim Carrey.
Yeah.
From the liar.
The Claw's gonna
Man, I
get
could
you.
go-
Oh, he's gonna get you.
I could go for an Inspector Gadget TV show. Can the CW make that? I'd be down for that. Because
I could see
Penny,
that.
because Penny's a strong character, so you can get that that estrogen power,
Yeah.
you know, OP ovary story stuff to work with that show. I'd be fine with it.
Only if you bring Matthew Broderick in to be the bad guy.
I'll fucking kill you. No. You brought that up, and you know, with all the shit going on, you know what movie I really liked a lot, and I bought a lot of merchandise for? That this is another one of those movies that's not very good, but I understand that it's not very good, but I love it. Fucking Godzilla with Matthew Broderick.
That's
fucking
one
love
of
that
those
movie.
movies, dude. Oh, that was on my list of shit to talk about. Not today, but later.
Yeah, I fucking love that movie, dude. It's easily one of my favorite. I watched that way too much. I watched it way too much. And
I
remember how
like
they
that
baited
movie,
you
dude.
for that sequel?
Like the
They baited
little
you for that sequel.
raptor Godzilla things.
Yeah, and fucking Hank Azaria's in that. I didn't even
Yeah.
know that. I didn't even understand that was him. He was the cameraman.
Yeah, the camera guy. Yeah.
Yeah, it was crazy. And Sarah Jessica Parker, it was like the first time she didn't annoy the shit out of me, other than the fact when she was in Hocus Pocus and I thought she was hot as hell. And then you see her in everything else and you're like, ooh. Was that sexist? Can we cut that?
Everybody makes those jokes, dude.
I know, right?
If Family Guy can get away with it, then fuck off.
Dude, there's this quote I keep reading, and it's fucking awesome. There's nothing wrong with me. It's my brain that's the problem. I fucking love it. I don't know.
I wonder who said that.
I don't know, man. It came into my life about 3 hours ago, or at least that's what Facebook says. That's a beautiful line from our own Myke Shrews. Yeah, I agree, man. Not necessarily with you, but with the sentiment, because I feel exactly the same way when it comes to me.
Yeah.
God damn, dude. Half the time it's just like, I know what I'm saying. I just can't seem to say it right.
Yeah, actually, was it 3 hours ago? Holy crap.
Yeah, that's what it
I didn't realize I posted it that long ago. I thought I just did it.
Hey, man, Facebook doesn't lie. They're tracking us.
Dun, dun, dun.
Black helicopters.
Dun, dun, dun.
Grant Gustin's The Flash regains his iconic chin strap in new image. Heroic Hollywood. This is probably just a fucking clickbait thing.
Probably.
I'm going through Google to see all this stuff.
You're going to click it anyways?
Well, I mean, I gotta see how viable it actually is. Do you know they're making a Swamp Thing TV show for the DC Universe?
Yes, and it's already canceled too.
Shut the fuck up, really?
Yeah, at least it's rumored from another source that they got the first season out, or their first season's coming out, but after that it's already been canned because there's some shit going on possibly with the DC Universe app where it's going to go bye-bye, and was it Time Warner that owns all of Warner Brothers and shit like that? Yeah.
Probably.
Or AT&T. AT&T bought them. AT&T owns all of Warner Brothers and all that shit. So they're going to be doing their own streaming service, so the DC Universe might disappear. Which is kind of so then you have to pay for this other service to get everything, including the DC stuff. But I like that the DC was just DC content, you know?
Yeah.
But I don't pay for either of them, so it doesn't fucking matter.
Fuck 'em.
The only new service I'll probably
Swamp
pay for is Disney Plus.
I saw that. Fucking god damn it! I saw that trailer for Swamp Thing. Swamp Thing looked fucking dope.
Yeah.
His costume looked cool. Not costume, but his character design looked fine. It looked exactly the way I wanted it to look. It's kind of a shame.
Well, I remember watching the Swamp Thing show when we were kids, dude.
And the movies. They were
great. They were from the 80s, though.
But they were fine. They were fine.
But I was playing Injustice 2 the other day, and I picked Swamp Thing to play. And how he gets the wings and shit in the game. And my father-in-law was like, I don't remember that from the show. I was like, yeah, they didn't have CG back then.
Yeah, they didn't have computers.
He was just a dude in a bunch of slime.
Dude, okay, so seriously, fuck heroichollywood.com. Don't ever fucking go there. Fucking cocksuckers.
Who?
Yeah, it was clickbait. It was just clickbait.
Heroic Hollywood. Heroic Hollywood. Oh yeah, that's no.
It's fucking bullshit.
It's funny that
They literally the thing was for fan art. Some fucking dickhead did fan art on Instagram. How is that on Google News?
They did that shit too. Somebody posted some website posted a picture of Scarlett Johansson. That's actually a cover from a Vogue magazine or some shit, where she's dressed gothy and then they say Scarlett Johansson is the new the mom from Addams Family, Morticia Addams. And they posted that, and I saw that on my buddy's timeline, and I was like,
Did you say Scarlett Johansson?
Yeah, it's fake. It's totally fake.
Well, no, because I saw 2 other ones just like that.
Yeah,
but with other actresses.
Oh yeah, they did it with different actresses for the.
Because I saw one with Maisie Williams too.
Probably.
Which I was like, she's 4 feet tall. What the fuck?
Yeah. But they were trying to say that she's playing Morticia Addams. This is clickbait just to go to their site. And I looked at my buddy's thing because he posts everything that's just wrong. So I always post the stupid Trump fake news shit on his thing. Go check your resources, dude. Come on.
God, the credible Hulk. I love that. That shit is funny.
Oh man.
Yeah, fuck clickbait websites. Heroic Hollywood, go to hell.
I think I'm gonna scour the internet for a bunch of those fake sites, and I'm just gonna blast them all in one of our things.
Good.
What are they gonna do? They can't yell at me for
Right?
Just saying what they're doing.
God, and still fuck that sci-fi podcast that I bitched about forever ago. Okay, so let's see. What else do we got?
I did get I got a email back from a writing company that does like real news shit. Real pop culture news. So
yeah, right.
I just got to get in contact with them again because they do their shit. Of course, you don't get paid anything. It goes per views of the page or page clicks or some shit like that. Because they get paid based off their advertisements. So to pay you, they have to pay you based off the advertisement monies that your articles and shit bring in. Which is always fun. But, I mean, if you like what you're writing, who the fuck cares if you're doing it in your spare time, you know?
Yeah, I feel
so. That's one of the things that I might be working on later. So
okay. Well, be careful because let them know I'm never gonna do that shit that other people do. I'm not gonna softball my fucking reviews.
Oh no. This one is I don't remember which one because I applied for two different ones. Well, I sent them my resume for two different ones. And they're both ones that EJ's worked at. So
oh, cool.
They know not to.
Right? Don't you silence me. Don't neuter my voice.
Right.
Yeah. God, there was
Speaking of silencing and neutering, fucking Sonic.
Fuck you, dude.
We totally forgot about all that shit. I was literally
gonna bring it up. I literally was gonna bring that up.
We got sidelined with all the endgame stuff.
Yeah.
So we didn't get into Sonic, and then, of course, since the Sonic trailer came out, everybody was like, well, why don't you fucking do it like this, and rendered their own better artwork in 5-10 minutes probably.
Yeah.
And now they're going back and re-rendering and redoing the design of Sonic, which is actually fucking awesome. And I'll
believe it when I see it first.
Right.
Also,
it could just be a bunch of them being like, yeah, we'll do it, but you have to come to the theater to see because we can't get the trailers rendered out in time.
To be fair, I would be willing to go see it if they actually do it.
Right.
Because it is one of those things where I don't really necessarily want to support the movie. Because this is where I'm going to accidentally maybe be a hypocrite. Because this is kind of a new territory thing. Where the internet is actually about to actually do something. Right.
Which is interesting because we've always been told, you've probably been told this. I know I've been told this. Why are you bitching? It's not going to change anything.
Exactly.
This is a moment where is actually, if they change it for real, is actually changing it. This is it's kind of like on the same lines of Star Wars. So many people bitch about it. Hopefully they're going to fix some shit in this next movie to appease to the people that are paying their money for these movies to even get made. Because let's face it, without your audience, you have no money to make these movies.
But not only that, if people hadn't been buying the DVDs for the original movies, why would they even buy the OP? You know what I mean? Why would they even buy the IP if it wasn't popular in the first place? So why wouldn't you listen to the diehard fans who lived this shit?
Yeah.
But anyway, with that being said, there is that shitty internet mentality of I bitch.
Mm-hmm.
Why'd you cancel fucking Chuck? Or why'd you cancel this show? Or
which
Dollhouse. Dollhouse was a great example years ago.
Yeah.
People bitched about why would you cancel that? And then it comes back and then nobody goes and fucking watches it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's God, if you're part of the people who have the mentality of you really fucked up Sonic. And I do like Sonic. I used to love the cartoons Sonic Underground. Yeah, they were kind of whatever shows, but I liked them.
Dude,
they were fun. They were super great, super Saturday morning cartoons. But, if all the bitching is finally going to actually have a studio listen.
Right.
God,
it gives you more of a reason to want to keep bitching too.
You should go, but you should go though.
Especially if they're gonna take.
Sucks.
Yeah, the story is gonna still be the same frickin' story, but at least they're changing to try and appease to their audience. They're trying to do something. They're making the
effort. So what's $8?
It's still Hop 2.0, but it might look better.
Yeah, fucking that fucking dickhead. What is it, James Marsters or whatever the guy who was Cyclops back in X-Men
James
back in the day?
Marsters is Spike.
Oh, well, then who's the dude in this? Because he was in Hop. Marsden. Okay,
I think.
That fucking dude. That guy. He's not a bad actor, and he's actually a relatively good-looking dude, and he's got great comedic timing. He was in Sex Drive, and that movie was kind of but I liked it.
He's been in some funny movies in the past, but he's also
so
like
much shit.
Yeah.
And like Jim Carrey, man, talk about a fall from fucking grace.
That's the first time though that Jim Carrey's, at least that I've seen, it's the first movie Jim Carrey's in where he's acting like the 90s Jim Carrey again.
Kick-Ass 2.
He really didn't, and he screwed the pooch on that with that thing because he wouldn't go and do the no gun stuff and all that. So
he's having a moment.
Yeah,
he was having a moment. I think he might be coming out of that. I hope.
He was on, I believe it was an episode of Jerry Seinfeld's Comedian in Cars or getting coffee. Yeah,
it's comedians in cars getting coffee.
Yeah, and like he showed them his studio and stuff and like how he looks. I'm like, damn, like. And this is gonna sound fucked up, but when I was younger, okay, so my dad is my stepdad. His name is Jim. Okay. So when what was it? Fucking, I had the cards from Batman Forever of Jim Carrey as the Riddler, and I always fucking wanted that because I was a dumbass kid who just didn't like my stepdad because you're not my dad type bullshit.
Yeah. I've seen every movie.
Yeah, yeah, it's real. Except I had like all the hip hop stuff in me too, so I even was more angrier.
Yeah, fucking. But he had that Marshall Mathers fucking LP.
But I always wanted fucking Jim Carrey to be my dad. I was like, why couldn't this fucking Jim be?
That's so funny.
Yeah, it was stupid kid shit, but yeah, I love Jim Carrey ever since I saw. I think Ace Ventura was probably my first movie to watch of his, and then after
that's not a bad start.
Yeah. After that, of course, was The Mask. And then I went back because I think it was my grandma saw that I liked his movies. So me and her sat down and watched Earth, Women Are Easy with Jim Carrey, Damon Wayans, and Jeff Goldblum with his shirt off.
Ooh.
Oh, and what's the girl? Gina Davis is the main
Oh my god,
chick,
I fucking love her.
Have you ever seen that movie, dude? It's complete throwback. If you watch it now, you'd be like, "What happened to all these people?"
I know I did see it, but that was something I think my mom watched and she liked, and I was too young.
Yeah, it's basically the movie starts out as where those three guys look like fucking Teletubbies, pretty much.
To go back, to backtrack, and waste time. I don't know why. Spider-Man: Far From Home trailer, like fuck you, Marvel. What are you doing? No, seriously, because like
I wonder if a lot of it is too Sony as well, because you gotta think
the fucking no, this is all Marvel, dude. Sony, fucking get the fuck out of here. You really think they're telling Marvel what to do? Fucking $2 billion movie dropped again. Sony ain't telling nobody what to do. The fucking thumbnail spoilers. Fucking thumbnail is Spider-Man fucking shaking Jake Gyllenhaal's hand.
Really? In the thumbnail? Yeah.
Just the thumbnail for the trailer. Like, I don't care. They're
what site is that though? Which
it's just the Google, like, you know when you open the Google app on your phone?
Oh yeah.
It just has like
so it's an actual thumbnail that Disney made or Marvel made, yeah.
Yeah, on multiple things. It's on their Instagram page too. So it's like, get the fuck out of here. Like, learn, like.
Well, in the first trailer that they dropped for that I saw, and the only reason I fucking watched this in the new trailer is because I was like, okay, I want to see if they're going to make this as a reference to the last movie or not. I really should have just turned it off the second I realized it was.
You really should have.
And
I can't believe you watched it.
I won't watch anymore, and I'm just going to watch a bunch of other content, and that usually gets me to forget the trailers anyways, which is nice. So I really should just stop watching it.
You really
they really screwed the pooch on that trailer though, because not only is it spoilers for Endgame, but it's spoilers for that entire movie. Like, I don't know, but the first trailer that they put out, they kind of made it have the feel that Mysterio was supposed to be a good guy in the first trailer. So so them shaking hands in the icon there doesn't really affect too much, I guess. But
that's crazy because
it
all it does is confirm, but it confirms.
Right.
Or like even if it's like, well, it's a bait and switch because
Right.
it's going to be a turn. I don't care. You're setting me up in a like stop. Like just stop. You might as well just.
And there's so much shit about it too. I just wish people would stop over analyzing that bullshit. Like the movie comes out in what, 2 months? There's gonna be
pathetic.
so much shit about this movie.
Yeah, I hate
because
that
it's
shit.
the one following Endgame. I'm like,
Yeah.
one, that movie's not gonna make nearly as much as Endgame. It's not gonna. Come
I don't
close.
think so. I think it's just gonna just
gonna be
gonna
a
pull your
normal-
heartstrings.
Yeah.
It's just every time Favreau and Holland are on the
Together.
scene, they're gonna make the reference just to make you cry or
Right.
something, to keep you emotionally. But they're just gonna hit the Marvel emotional beats.
Yeah.
That's all they're gonna do. They're gonna. I don't know. I'm scared. I think this movie might be okay just because like.
If
you know,
they
Spider-Man.
if they do what I hope they end up doing at the end of the movie, I think I would be cool with it, and then I think I could take a break from the MCU for a while.
I think I
and then-
legitimately think this will be my last superhero movie I see.
And the thing is too, though, after this movie, after the Spider-Man one, of course we have like the other shit that was put out by Fox
Black
that's
Panther
still coming
2,
out.
Doctor Strange.
Well, no,
2,
like
whatever.
no,
Oh, Dark
like
Phoenix.
like the ones that still are coming out. Like you have Dark Phoenix, but that doesn't count. But as
Yeah.
far as MCU movies after Spider-Man, there doesn't look like there's any set up for next year. It's not till 2021, so you get a whole year of breakage from the MCU.
Well, they're gonna need it because they need to learn to write again.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But at least we get the Joker movie this year,
I'm excited for that.
which
I hope-
I'm really
I hope
excited
that's gonna
for
be
it.
cool. I hope that's good.
And then we get Brightburn, which is gonna be fucking awesome. I
That'll
hope.
be fun.
I
James
hope.
Gunn, I'll watch.
Yeah.
Because see, Guardians 3 is going to be the one that I only watch after I hear reviews from people I respect.
I mean, yeah, because they're gonna. It depends if they have Thor in it or
'Cause-
not. If they
Well,
kick
no-
Thor out of that one, it's kind of
But you
gonna
also-
be like, I'm not sure
but
where
you also
you're
have to-
going.
You also have to think like James Gunn was off the project. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like how much influence is he still going to get? Is it going to be his original
Well,
script?
from
Are
what
they
I
gonna
heard,
touch that?
they were gonna do his original script even without him. They still had his script. They
Which,
were gonna
yeah.
do that without
What a
him.
fucking slap in the face. dude.
Right.
It's
So
like that shit they tried to do with Edgar Wright with Ant-Man, which let me tell you, I would have loved to seen a Edgar Wright Ant-Man.
yeah,
would've
because
loved
he
to seen
did the original promo footage for that, right? That they reshot for the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was awesome. Like, he's an awesome writer, dude. It's just great. Dude, can I tell you I'm on Instagram right now? I don't know why. Zendaya is like my bae. I love her so much. She was fucking fantastic in Greatest Showman. If you haven't seen it, go fucking watch it. I love it. So the Met Gala happened apparently last night. Was
Yes.
it last night? I think it was last night.
Yeah, it was last night, and did you hear what Jared Leto did?
We'll get hold on to that because I'm watching Zendaya's feed. She's in a Cinderella dress and she brought her fairy god brother. I don't know who it is.
Yeah.
I didn't look. But he has a fucking wand in his hand that's puffing smoke.
Mm-hmm.
And he does like the wand waving and then her dress lights up.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Fucking cosplay style.
Right.
Zendaya is fucking awesome. I love her so much. I love her. It's super stupid tangent. But no, what happened with
Leto went there with like basically I think it was a wax head of himself carrying his own head,
oh my god.
and
that sounds like a Jared Leto thing to do.
and it looks like he took it from like a wax museum. It looks like a complete replica, like a set replica or some shit like that of his face.
Can I Jared Leto's a fucking idiot. I fucking hate him. Like, he's not that talented to be doing dumb shit like that. You know what I mean? Like, Lady Gaga's fucking incredible.
I was gonna say Lady Gaga like set precedents for a lot of that stuff after Cher, of course. And
thank you, fucking thank you, because they can't turn back time. Like,
right.
Like, I mean,
but there's always gonna be that one artist out there that shows like, hey, you should pay attention to me more because look what I can do. But then you're gonna also have your other artists like Leto that are kind of like, I think I'm great. Everyone else thinks I'm kind of great because I'm quietish, and maybe I can get away with doing something freaky, and they'll talk about it.
He's a fucking idiot. I hate him.
Whereas you have your normal people that are constantly doing this stuff, not just like once in a while.
Yeah.
I mean, like, if you're always doing it, I expect it as part of your persona. If you're doing it randomly, it's one, you want attention. Yeah. Or two, something is wrong with you.
God damn. Sometimes just let your fucking talent speak for yourself.
Right.
For itself. And like, dude, after his portrayal of the Joker and what he was doing on set, it's like, get the fuck out of here. Like, you're not Heath Ledger, dude.
Right.
You're just not. Like, stop trying. But let's see, what else? What else is going on?
Nothing.
God, it really does kind of feel like this weird thing because I like. Because I mean,
there's lots of shit going on. It's just like what's viable to talk about at the moment.
Because you don't care. Do you really care if I ruin Game of Thrones for you right now?
No, because I won't watch it. Nikki wants to start watching it again, but I don't care.
Is she watching it now?
No.
Okay.
No.
Well, good. Don't let her listen to the podcast then. So, spoilers for Game of Thrones. This is from
Game of Thrones season what?
It's the final season.
I don't know. I don't know what that is.
Season 8, I think. Tuesday, May 7th. This would be from 2 episodes ago. I believe it's called the Battle of Winterfell.
Mm-hmm.
They killed the White Walkers.
Yeah.
They're done.
Yeah, I heard
They're out of the story. They're out of the story. With two episodes left to go, 3 episodes left to go.
Right. Which you don't get. I heard a lot of people were upset because you didn't get like the storyline, like what's so big about them.
They're supposed to be the big bad. They were supposed to be the
like you don't get
story.
to see like them form, I guess, as like the end of the story. It was confusing to listen to people talk about something I don't know about. So.
There's so many worse things to like, even because this is again on the aspect of storytelling stuff. This is always my. It's like I'm a fucking broken record. It's insane.
It seems like they, from what I've heard, it seems like because how many episodes they have left? They only have a couple episodes left.
3. After the Battle of Winterfell.
So what they're basically doing is they had good storyline or supposedly good storyline throughout, and now they're rushing to close everything up, and that's what always fucks up a good show. And that's why I am so glad that Arrow is actually doing the extra 10 episods next season to get out, to work that storyline out. Yeah, and a lot of shows do it. A lot of movies do it too. Yeah. I heard that Detective Pikachu ends up doing it. So like it's really good, and then they like rush the last bit just to get the point through and end the movie.
I think a lot of times it's just fan service. I think a lot of these times people just go into it. They have the idea and then they start shooting. And again, I just feel like they don't have a full script. They just start shooting.
And the thing is too, you got in today's climate of media and outlets and everything how we watch TV, it's like I might not watch Game of Thrones for another 2 years. And if I watch it though, I'll probably binge through it. And then I want my story to be complete. I want to feel satisfied by the end of it. Like I did that with Dexter. I never watched Dexter while it aired on TV. I watched it all throughout. And of course you can tell they rushed the last couple episodes just to get out of the season, to get out of the show.
Or the show just lived too long.
Right.
That's a big problem. Like a lot of shows just have just too much going on that they just want to keep going for the sake of it. it's a disservice to storytelling, man.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it's like,
And unless your show is doing something to where you can work around like the length or change up your shit. Like I started watching Fringe after it ended. Which Fringe
J.J. Abrams.
J.J. Abrams, yeah. And I fell in love with it after watching the first couple episodes because of course it deals with like multiverse and all that bullshit too. That is a perfect example of how if you want to keep your show going after the point of it not going anywhere anymore, is great because they have it built into their storyline of we can keep doing this, which I feel is what they're going to end up doing with the MCU, just so that they have backtrack ability.
Yeah. No. But I'm gonna dial back to game.
I keep going off now. See, today I'm going off track.
Oh, it's fine. I've been making it a very, very strong point.
Yeah.
That going forward, I'm gonna really try and be a little more quiet.
So go on, game.
Yeah. So my biggest thing again with storytelling, it's like you could feel with the Battle of Winterfell that this was a perfect example of them making decisions to get their fan fiction out. Like they didn't really care about the story. It felt like, you know, those like dipshits in the bar that like
at the
YouTube
nerd bars and shit like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I feel like lately people are literally writing their stories for that stuff.
Right.
Another little bit of a tangent to stick with that idea is like, I was watching YouTube reactions, or audience reactions on YouTube from Infinity War. Cause obviously there's not a lot of Endgame ones out yet.
Right.
Cause people don't want to get in trouble. But I was watching the Infinity War ones, and there's literally an audience where the scene where it just says space and we're reintroduced to the Guardians. People scream, "Yay, we're in space. We know what that means." And then we're in the ship and you see Peter Quill singing Rubber Man and people scream again. And then they do the fucking pan through, and every time you see like an individual shot of a character, they scream again.
Right.
I go, that is fucking obnoxious. I could not imagine being in a theater where we did that.
Right.
I would want to kill myself. I do not understand these people. You're not like those people are mentally deficient.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
That, like every person that they show, you're saying they basically went and like applauded basically, which is crazy because in Endgame, the only time like I really heard a yeah type thing from the crowd is when Cap gets the fucking hammer.
Get the fucking hammer or shit like that.
And that's awesome. And
I hate those kind of fucking people because it's like it feels like the equivalent of like after you finish a stage show, like you know, like a Cirque du Soleil, or like if you go to Broadway and all the actors come out and you're clapping for like 90 people.
Right.
And you can tell at some point you're like, fuck, okay. Are we done? Yay. Or like, you know, I just go like, it's so obnoxious. Like these are people who they don't care about these. They don't. Like people are like, oh, but they're cheering. No, they're there because they're in a show. And they're doing what they think they should be doing. And it's fucking dumb. It's dumb. And they ruin just shut up. Shut the fuck up.
And it's funny the way they make these like appearances for the characters in the movies nowadays a lot. Like everyone has to have their grandiose moment of appearing on screen for the first time in
you
each
can
movie.
tell they're writing it for those people.
Yeah, and it's
for
fucking
8-year-old
annoying.
it's for 8-year-old kids and mentally deficient adults.
Right.
Like that's how I have to perceive this, because it's just like take it in, but don't be a dickhead about it.
Yeah.
You know? And I just hope I don't like the fact that Game of Thrones got that treatment all of a sudden. And you know, it's just one of those things where you watched a character take away the whole purpose for another character.
Right.
Jon Snow came back to life. That was his storyline. And I'm trying to walk around. I don't want to say specific spoilers because I assume if you watch Game of Thrones, you're going to know what I'm saying. Watching somebody steal this moment from another character is just what I'm talking about, is that I think they made that choice to make these people go crazy. And that's what's wrong with writing nowadays, is that they're they're doing it for the subversion or the big screaming moment, and you know, I just remember when M. Night Shyamalan got made fun of for doing that shit all the time.
Right.
You know, there's really nothing wrong with getting a linear payoff. You
Yeah.
set these characters up to do this big arc. There's nothing wrong with actually going straight forward and giving me that satisfaction. You don't need to subvert me all the time. So, you know, Game of Thrones did it, and Endgame's doing it. Disney's just doing it with everything they do. I really hope writing becomes a thing again. I really do. Like, I'm always going to knock that home.
Yeah.
Again, I'm not even a writer, like, at the end of the day, but lately these movies have been so poorly constructed that it has forced me to go and start, if I'm going to talk shit about it, I need to be versed in it. And I've been going back to reading basic story structure and character motivation and initial incidents and what Deus Ex Machina is, because I really think if people know what that means, they're gonna start getting annoyed. So I don't know. I hope it gets better. Again, with the Sonic the Hedgehog stuff, you know, if they actually do what they said they were gonna do, support it. Go see it.
Right.
What the fuck? Why not? If anything, you still get to make fun of it if it sucks. Otherwise, you're gonna support, you know, the medium. So I mean, you know, again, I hope. You know, I hope we go back to basics. Let's write a screenplay before we actually put it on screen. You know, so yeah, that's,
and
you know, we're trying to keep this short and sweet today, right? So
yeah, short and sweet. But on the Sonic thing too, like I heard somebody say like, oh, why is everyone bitching because of Sonic? They've never done a good video game movie, and I'm like,
why keep the streak alive then? You know, why not try and do it better?
Yeah, but also, I mean, to me anyways, the Resident Evil franchise, I liked it. I thought it was good for a video game movie.
Yeah, I'd argue it's not a video game movie. I think it's just a movie that took the
title of it, yeah.
Kind of like World War Z. I don't know. Have you ever read the books?
Yeah, it's nothing with like the book.
No,
absolutely,
not even a little. I would absolutely recommend the audiobook to you. Mark Hamill's in it. Nathan Fillion does in their extended one, they do a character.
I actually have the book somewhere.
Get the audiobooks and listen to them.
Yeah.
They are fucking brilliant, dude. I listened to them. I've probably listened to that entire book probably 8 or 9 times.
Right.
Alan Alda's fucking in it. He's fantastic. Yeah, dude, that movie sucks. Like, fuck Brad Pitt and what they did to that movie. No, I mean, the movies are fine, I guess, for whatever zombie movies
the thing is, too, like, they keep doing all of... And then again, I understand why they do it, but they keep going on of content that's already made, that already has a built-in audience. So, of course, if you're going to do it, expect to get critiqued, you know,
exactly.
To hell. Don't do it mediocre and expect us to still pay $20, $15, whatever to go and see it in the theater even, let alone paying for like an app monthly to fucking watch your shit.
Yeah, if you're literally buying the title, like fucking like be upfront about it or
like,
something.
And honestly, though, the Sonic movie, whether they change him or not,
that movie's still gonna suck.
It's gonna suck. I mean, they have Sonic cartoons out there. Why not go off that? Why not make all the characters CG? You know, why are we having humans in here besides Robotnik?
Yeah, I thought that was
Robotnik.
And you know, because Jim Carrey could have been inspired casting. Like, imagine his mocap. He'd have been great. You could have mocapped it and had like.
Unless they're gonna do something where Sonic like somehow broke the barrier of reality and went into a different universe.
No.
Oh wait, did I write a better intro to the fucking thing?
Cool. Eating chili dogs and shit.
Oh boy.
No, the cartoons are great. Like I thought they were fun. Sonic Underground was kind of dumb, but it was, you know.
I mean, I'm a huge fan of Sonic, and I actually EJ did a trailer reaction video, and like I had done one too before I watched his, and I deleted mine. Because I was so sad. Like, I had my mask on, my Sonic mask on, and I took it off like midway, and I was just looking at the trailer. I was so sad. And then I watched his, like, and he did like almost the same thing, except he didn't have a mask on. And you could just see like the excitement drop out of his face and shit. And so I commented telling him about that and stuff. And like some dude was like yelling at him about why you gotta be so critiquing, or why do you have to critique?
So negative? It's for kids.
Yeah, he's like, why are you critiquing this like it's a piece of like magnificent artwork? Why can't you just accept it for what it is? I'm like, one, that's not what critiquing is. You don't accept it for what it is.
Exactly. You have to. Well, because it's like it's art, man.
Yeah.
Like, and the whole thing is that it's all propaganda at the end of the day.
Yeah.
It's really what it is. I hate to put my tinfoil fucking hat on. But at the end of the day, the whole point of storytelling is to give a purpose. Like
right.
you have, like you're going to tell a story. Why are you telling the story? And if the end all be all is to make money, that's not a story. This is a marketing.
Yeah.
It's a commercial. It's a big commercial. And they're like, well, it's fine because that's what the Transformers and He-Man used to do. They were to make toys. Yeah, we've evolved beyond that, dude.
Right.
Like we're better than that. And we're in this YouTube era now where people want to make this stuff and they are actively making it.
Mm-hmm.
The critiquing and shit is that people are just kind of fed up with the bullshit. Like, and at some point when it's so hard to break into the medium that everybody obviously wants to do, either to be famous, make the money, or to get their point across. At some point, you need to understand that your bullshit, tired-ass, lazy, lackadaisical way to get into it, like, it's just not going to cut it anymore. So,
right.
you know, again, as always, hold these creators to a higher standard. So, you know, I just hope people just, again, know why you like stuff and hold people to a higher standard.
Right.
That's just all it is. That's all it is.
And
you know.
And don't let mediocrity rule. So
yeah, I mean, because otherwise you're gonna get to the movie Idiocracy, and you know, I'd argue we're almost there.
Right.
So hopefully things will get better by the next time we get on Myke with Myke, you know, and John, because I could be on the mic
John.
with Myke. Don't get on me.
All right, man. All right,
yeah,
so let's end it there, and we'll get back with you, man. I know we're both busy for a minute, so
got to run away. Thanks for giving me a short and sweet.
Man.
You know, thank you for touching me through my heart, not me physically. And yeah, go listen to our Endgame shit again. Thanks again to Philip Spann, the re-recording mixer from Rooster Teeth, roosterteeth.com. Go check out his shit. He was our first guest, so I'm going to keep plugging him a little bit. And hey, Myke, it was nice to talk to you, my man. And it was nice to finally not yell. It was nice to not yell.
All right.
All right. Later, nerds.
Thanks for tuning in to another great episode of Operation Babble. You can catch this episode and more at soundcloud.com/Operation Babble or iTunes, Stitcher, Spotify, and Google Play at Operation Babble or YouTube at Myke Shrews, MYKESHREWS. Have a great day, guys. Peace.